Hey guys, this week's merch drop is Dragon Daddy patches. My wonderful friend Janelle designed this logo for me, and it started as a joke amongst myself and my friends, but it has now evolved into a channel-wide joke that I am the Dragon Daddy. And if you want to join the Dragon Daddy crew, go over to my website or Etsy and grab yourself a patch. The blue ones are limited edition and will not be made again. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are continuing the 100 Dragon Challenge. So, for today's, I usually space out things that we do like similar themes, but I was actually really excited to do this one. So today we are doing a angel dragon to go with last time's demonic dragon. So I was super pumped to do this one. I literally started it right after I released the last video. And I knew this one was gonna be kind of fun and challenging because I've talked about it before where I have a love-hate relationship with feathered wings. And I just thought this would be really cool to kind of dive into more of like the seraphim description of angels combined with the other description of angels is saying it's like the four different heads, the bull, the lion, the eagle, and the human. Yeah, the four different heads of an angel, if I remember correctly from Bible studies years ago. But I wanted to do something like that instead of just like a white fluffy angel with like a little halo. I wanted to go outside of the usual norm for an angel dragon. And so I was thinking about different aspects of the seraphim and this four-headed angel description. And I was like, well, first off, the head of this dragon could be kind of a combination of those different animals and looks. And then instead of a human, I was like, well, we could do a dragon. That could be the swap out for the four different animal aspects. And then I was thinking about the different descriptions with seraphim having these giant golden rings that kind of swirl around them and all the multiple wings that like cover different parts of them and all that. So I was like, okay, we can do a bunch of different wings. We're gonna have some really cool big golden rings around this whole thing and just make it look really awesome and like huge, like on the page, just these giant wings spreading off and, you know, going past the borders of the page. I just thought it was gonna look really, really cool. And then to kind of bring in the different aspects of the animals I was talking about, I was like, okay, I could put bull horns, and then we'll have the feathers, and then the dragon aspect, and like a lion mane and nose was kind of what I was thinking for combining the four together. So with my concepting out of the way, it was time to do the final sketch. And this part was very fun to do. I wanted it to look kind of similar to my rough sketch pose because I just thought that worked so well, like having this angel looking straight at you, its wings open and extended so you can just see how mighty and massive this creature is, and then just giving an opportunity to put all these really cool golden rings around it on different parts of its body was also going to be really fun. But like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with wings, and that probably was what took the longest. I had to kind of plan out where I wanted to place them and then how the feathers would interact with everything. So I knew I wanted the main arms to be two large extended wings and then another set of wings directly under those. And I was like, well, I wanted to have like 8 wings total, basically 4 sets of 2. And so I was like, I could put another set kind of on its hip area that might look interesting, and then another set on its tail. And I thought that looked really, really cool overall, and it was just really awesome to put a ton of wings everywhere. It does get a little lost with the wings that are on the tail. They kind of just get hidden behind everything, but I think it reads well that you can see there's 4 sets of wings. And with the sketch done, it's time to do some line art, and this is when I could really see it all coming together. I really liked the multi-eyed aspect of this angel because the seraphim are described as kind of like all-seeing just because they have so many eyeballs and like they're crazy. Like if you just Google like biblical seraphim picture or description. It's just this mass of eyeballs and wings and these like golden rings around them. They're crazy. Like, it's nuts. I remember generally learning about angels back in the day, and we touched on it because I went to Catholic school for high school and a little bit of middle school, and I was raised Catholic as well. It wasn't as prevalent in my household. It was just more of like, you know, we went to church here and there, and then I just went to Catholic school. But I remember in Catholic school, we had a project for religion class to kind of depict something from the Bible in terms of drawing it or like making a project from it. And I know I didn't do the seraphim back then. I can't remember what I did. I think I must have done, I feel I would have made an excuse to draw a dragon. So I probably picked, I don't even remember what book it is, but there's a book in the Bible that they talk about basically a dragon. And so I was like, I probably made the excuse to draw that one. But I remember a classmate who was also very talented with art drew a seraphim with charcoal, and it was nuts. Like, it's really cool. So if you want a cool little insight into biblical looks and history, well, I guess not history, I don't even know what you call it, just biblical pictures, images, biblical images. Yep, I can talk today. If you want like just something really gnarly to look at, I would look up a seraphim. They're very interesting, and they're like pretty dope in terms of just how they're created. Because, you know, we always talk about like normal angels, which is, there's nothing bad with our depiction of angels in terms of like humanoid, very like, you know, angelic looking with a halo, just like very beautiful creatures. But man, if everyone just knew more about the seraphim and how they look, I think they'd be a little terrified to potentially run into one of those. Because yeah, they're crazy. They're crazy and gnarly and so many eyes. And I know there is a potential for, I guess, this to be seen as not like a heretic type of thing, but dragons are usually depicted in most media and the Bible and so many other places as evil. So it was kind of interesting to go through and combine it with something that, you know, Christians see as something like so pure and, you know, perfect. I personally don't see dragons as like universally evil. I mean, there's so many depictions in other mythos and stories of them being like amazing benefactors to humans, or, you know, helping humanity in some way. They're not just, you know, evil. So I know there might be a couple comments potentially about me combining a dragon with something that is more biblically good, I guess. I don't know. I still see this as it could be something more pure and angelic, even if it is a dragon. You know, I think it's just so many times dragons have been depicted as something evil, but I think there's so many of them, or depending on like the story they're in, there's a lot of opportunity to just not make them default like Tiamat type of situation. Like there's Bahamut, who's this is totally D&D talk, by the way, like I'm going full D&D nerd, but like if we go to that, like Bahamut is like a really benevolent dragon. Like he's like a good dragon, but then you got Tiamat and she's a bad dragon, you know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just having a mini side tangent of combining an angel with a dragon, but who cares? Whatever. It is what it is. So let's just talk about the color. I was really excited to do this color because I wanted to try some coloring that I haven't done before. Usually when I do a whitish dragon, I've leaned on more like grays to be the shadows, and I was like, you know, we should do like some really cool like yellows to make this thing look like it's gonna really be glowing and just give this look like it makes the whole thing look more yellowish than like a straight white creature, but it also just made the whole thing glow, and I really love how this one turned out. I was thoroughly and happily surprised with how good the yellow turned out, because I haven't really colored specifically like this, I don't think, in terms of making a yellowish, whitish creature with like fur and feathers, and I absolutely adore this one. I think this is one of the most like proud coloring things I've done in a bit, even though it's kind of simple in terms of like I used like 3 or 4 yellow colors for the body. It just is executed well, I guess. I just like how much it glows and how much it pops with those really awesome yellows. The nice thing too about this coloring specifically is those gold rings really pop against the whitish yellow fur feathers, you know? I think I could have murdered this with even more like rings if I really wanted to, but I think we hit just the right amount to just look really cool and be visually interesting. But I know I probably could have added some to like the tail, or maybe some that kind of circle around the wings. Maybe they're not fully completed rings. I don't know. I just think it looks really cool overall. And I think the rings just worked super well with the coloring of the dragon too. And I ended up going for like a bluish eye. I was going back and forth on what color I wanted to do, but I just really love how the blue looked against the white and the yellows there. But yeah, either way, we're basically done. Added a couple highlights to the rings, and we're done. I really love how this one turned out. I'm super happy with it, and I cannot wait to see how you guys translate this, because I feel Angel Dragon leaves a lot of opportunity for exploration. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at your guys' dragons from last week. So first up, EMAC007. This was a really creepy, cool demon design. I love the multiple eyes and the crazy tongue. Really awesome design, and how you painted it just gave it such a fun, creepy aesthetic. Ghost Bunny Draws, I really like this design. You're a 3-headed creature, plus the cool like blade tail and like the chains hanging off of it, and like kind of like the armor plating. I really like the design overall of this demon dragon. And Drawing Z. This one was really cool. I like your combination of the magma fire aspect to it, and giving it kind of like a viper rattlesnake mouth was a really cool touch. I think this one looks really cool and is also super strong. And then all of you did really amazing. There were so many cool and different interpretations of demon dragons. We had some cute ones, we had some fierce ones, we had some skeletal ones, we had some like amalgamation of many different animals and creatures. All of them were super cool to look at, and you guys knocked it out of the park. So if you would like to join in and make your version of an angel dragon, make sure to post it on Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag KM100Dragons, or you can join our Discord server, where we now have a channel where you can post your dragon pictures in there as well. And I've gotten a couple comments asking when the timeline is, so you just want to make sure to get them in the Thursday before the video releases. Usually pretty early in the day is always best. I'm also on Mountain Standard Time to keep that in mind. But anyway, thank you guys again so much for stopping by and checking out this video. And if you aren't already, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, join our little community, and I would love to see you guys participate in the KM100 Dragons challenge. But anyway, thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.